Money magnetism. Activate the hidden forces of prosperity. Introduction. The magnetic truth about money. All right, let's get real for a second. Have you ever wondered why some people attract money like bees to honey, while others work their fingers to the bone and still barely scrape by? I mean, come on. It's not always about working harder, right? If it were, the hardest workers would be the wealthiest people alive. But we both know that's not how it goes. That's exactly what pushed me to dig deeper. And oh boy, what? I found flipped my whole world upside down. Here's the deal. Money has a frequency. Yep, just like music or radio waves. And guess what? So do you. Now here's the kicker. When your inner frequency is out of tune, money can't find you. No matter how much you hustle. It's like you're dialing into the wrong station and wondering why all you get is static. But when you start to align yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your actions, boom, that's when the magic kicks in. That's when you stop chasing and start attracting. Like a magnet, a big, bold, unapologetic money magnet. Now don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about some overnight fairy tale where you wake up rich without lifting a finger. Nah. What I'm talking about is unlocking the hidden forces that are already living inside you, the ones just waiting to be activated. Truth is we've been taught backwards. We've been told to chase money, but money doesn't like to be chased. It likes to be drawn in, naturally, effortlessly. And it all starts with your inner world. So if you've ever felt like you're doing everything, right, but still spinning your wheels, stick with me. You're not broken. You're just misaligned. And this book, it's your reset button. We're about to dive into the deep end of energy, mindset, and attraction. We'll break through old beliefs, rewrite your story, and most importantly, turn you into the magnet you were always meant to be. Because here's the magnetic truth. You don't find money. You become the kind of person money finds, and once you flip that switch, oh baby, the universe has no choice but to respond. Let's begin. Some people just have it. But why? The truth about effortless money attraction. Okay, real talk. Have you ever looked at someone and thought, how the heck do they always have money flowing to them like a waterfall? I mean, they're not grinding 24/7. They're not sweating buckets or living on energy drinks and burnout. But somehow, money follows them like a loyal puppy, and here you are, working your butt off, doing all the right things, and still feel like you're chasing wind. It used to drive me nuts. Seriously. I'd see people magically landing opportunities, making more in a week than I did in months, and I'd wonder if they had some secret cheat code to life. Want to know something wild? They do, but it's not what you think. The secret isn't in what they do, it's in how they be. Yeah. You read that right. It's about their energy, their vibe, their inner world. These people aren't stressing about bills 24/7 or obsessing over what might go wrong. Instead, they've trained their minds to expect money, welcome it, and, here's the kicker, feel worthy of it. That's the game changer right there. Your self-worth sets your net worth. Boom. People who effortlessly attract money aren't lucky or born under a magical moon. They've simply tuned their inner radio to the frequency of abundance. They speak the language of wealth. They act like it's already theirs, even before it shows up. And that's why it shows up. Meanwhile, most of us, we're out here begging the universe with a vibe of desperation, which, let's be honest, repels money faster than garlic repels vampires. But here's the good news. Magnetism is a skill. Yup. It can be learned, practiced, activated. You don't need a trust fund or a lucky charm. You just need to flip the script inside your head and start believing that money belongs in your life. So next time you see someone who seems to have money rolling in with ease, don't get jealous. Get curious. Ask yourself, what would it look like if I believed money wanted to find me? Because the truth is, it does. And once you start acting like that kind of person, who knows? Maybe money will start chasing you too. Want to find out how? Stick with me. The best part's just getting started. The hustle lie. Why hard work alone doesn't guarantee success. Let's clear the air, shall we? We've all heard it a million times. If you just work hard enough, success will come. Sounds noble, right? Motivating, almost poetic. But here's the truth nobody really talks about. Hard work alone doesn't cut it. Yeah, I said it. And no, I'm not trying to throw shade on your grind. Trust me, I respect the hustle. I've been there. Sleepless. Nights endless to-do lists, chasing deadlines like my life depended on it. All in the name of success. And guess what? It didn't work, at least not the way I hoped. Here's the thing, hard work is part of the recipe, but it's not the whole cake. If it were, every farmer, teacher, cleaner, and night shift worker out, there would be a millionaire. And we both know that's not how it goes down. So what's missing? Alignment, intention, energy, belief, bold decisions, emotional intelligence, inner work, that stuff, that's the glue that makes the hustle actually stick. I've met people who barely break a sweat, but they're raking in abundance like autumn. Leaves. Why? Because they're not just grinding, they're aligned. They know when to act, when to rest, and most importantly, how to think. Their inner game is on point, and that reflects in their results. On the flip side, I've seen brilliant folks burn out trying to force success through sheer effort, like trying to push a car uphill with the brakes on. We weren't made to struggle our way to the top. That's an old program we inherited from a world that believed suffering was noble and burnout was a badge of honor. But let me tell you something powerful, and maybe a little rebellious. Success doesn't respond to effort. It responds to energy. Mic drop, so yeah, work hard, but only when it's aligned. Don't just move. Move with meaning. Don't just chase, attract, invite, magnetize. And if you've been killing yourself trying to make things happen and still feel stuck, maybe it's not because you're not doing enough. Maybe it's because you're doing too much in the wrong direction. Want to know the real secret? Work smarter, yes. But most of all, think richer, and that's exactly what we're about to unpack together. Let's flip the script. For good, money has ears, and it listens to your energy, not your sweat. Okay, let's get weird for a sec. But the kind of weird that makes total sense once you feel it. You know how we're taught to believe that. Money only comes to those who work really, really hard. Like break your back, no sleep, hustle till you drop kind of hard. Yeah. That old story. Well, what if I told you that money doesn't actually respond to effort the way we think it does? Yep, I said it. Here's the wild truth. Money responds to your energy, to your state of being, not just what you're doing. It's like money's got this invisible radar, and it's not looking for the person sweating the most. It's tuned into the person who's vibrating with confidence, clarity, and abundance. The kind of person who knows deep down that they're worthy of wealth. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should throw your to-do list out the window and go meditate on a mountain forever, although not the worst idea. But I am saying that your inner state matters way more than you think. Ever notice how when you're feeling good, grateful, and in flow, stuff just clicks? Opportunities show up. People message you out of nowhere. You get a discount you weren't expecting. Boom, synchronicity. But when you're stressed, desperate, or drowning in doubt, even your best efforts fall flat. It's like the universe hits the mute button on you. That's no accident. That's energy in action. Money is energy, and it likes to hang out where it feels welcomed, appreciated, respected, not begged for or feared. So the next time you find yourself pushing, forcing, or overworking just to make money happen, pause and ask, what's my energy like right now? Am I aligned or just exhausted? Because when you shift your vibe, your results shift too. And when you start living like someone who expects abundance instead of chasing it, that's when money starts to whisper back, I've been looking for you too. From chaos to cash flow, align your inner world and attract the wealth you deserve. Let me tell you something that changed everything for me. You don't become rich by chasing money. You become rich by becoming the kind of person money can't resist, and that, my friend, starts inside, not in your bank account, not in your job, not in some secret hack or magic app. It starts with your energy, your beliefs, and your vibe. The stuff no one else can see, but everyone can feel. This book you're holding, it's not just about making more money. It's about turning you into a living, breathing money magnet, like the kind that walks into a room and opportunities just gravitate toward you. For real. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is just woo-woo fluff wrapped in fancy words, hear me out. Your inner world shapes your outer world. Always. If you're carrying stress, fear, guilt, or lack inside, guess what? That's the signal you're sending out. And money? Oh, it listens. It responds to that energy like a mirror. But when you shift your inner state, boom, the world shifts with you. It's like the universe finally turns around and says, "Ah, there you are. Been waiting for you to wake up." In this book, we're gonna dive deep, but in the chillest, most fun way possible. You'll learn how to clear mental clutter, rewire limiting beliefs, and align your thoughts and emotions with the energy of abundance. No more guesswork, no more forcing, just real inner alignment that leads to outer wealth. And let's be honest, who doesn't want to feel calm, clear, and confident while attracting cash, clients, and chances that feel too good to be true? So, yeah, this isn't just a read. It's a shift, a reset button for your money mindset, a full-on alignment with the life you were meant to live. Because the truth is, you were never meant to chase money. You were meant to magnetize it, and now you're about to remember how. Chapter 1. Money is energy, and so are you. All right. Let's flip the switch right now. Forget what you've been told about money being just paper, metal, or numbers in a cold, blinking app. It's way more than that. Ready for a little mind bender? Money is energy. Yep. Real, pulsing, invisible energy. Just like heat, light, sound. Or you? I know it sounds kinda out there at first, but stick with me. Once this clicks, everything changes. See, energy is everywhere. It's what makes your heart beat, your thoughts swirl, your gut scream yes or run. It's the invisible force that's shaping your life, even when you don't notice it. And money, oh, money loves energy. It responds to it. It's attracted to it. Not just any energy, though. Money flows to clarity, confidence, joy, alignment. It flows to people who believe they're worthy of it. People who expect good things. People who live in possibility, not in panic. And here's where it gets juicy. You're not just someone walking around trying to earn money. You're a full-on magnetic field walking around radiating signals all day long. Thoughts, energy, feelings, energy. Words, choices, vibe, mood. Yep, energy, energy, energy. So the real question isn't, how do I get more money? It's, what kind of energy am I sending out? Because what you send is what you attract. Always. This chapter is where we start connecting the dots between your internal world and your external results. No fluff, no shame, just the truth. And tools to help you align with the frequency of abundance. And once you get into that frequency, let's just say, money won't be able to stay away. The invisible truth. Wealth is energy in disguise. Let's get real for a minute. Everything is energy. No, seriously. Everything. The chair you're sitting on, the food in your fridge, the air you're breathing. Right now, even that random text message you got last night, yep, all energy. And guess what else? Wealth, money, prosperity, abundance, all of it is made of the exact same stuff. Now that might sound a little woo-woo at first, but hear me out. We've been raised to think of money as this solid, unshakable thing. Like it only comes from hard numbers, cold calculations, and hours of sweat. But beneath all that, it's just vibration, frequency, movement, just like love, just like joy, just like you. And here's where things get super interesting. If wealth is energy, and your energy too, then you're not separate from it. You're not chasing something outside of yourself. You're just either aligned with it or not. Let that sink in. You don't have to get rich. You have to tune into the flow of richness that's already out there, like tuning a radio, to the right station. When your thoughts, emotions, and actions are in sync with the vibe of abundance, wealth starts to show up in ways that feel almost magical. Unexpected gifts, random opportunities, clients out of nowhere, ping, ping, ping. But when your energy's clogged with fear, lack, doubt, or stress, well, it's like trying to dance with the universe while wearing bricks on your feet. Not cute. So, here's the big question. What kind of signal are you sending out? Because the universe is always listening, and wealth responds to energy that feels open, grateful, and ready. Everything is energy, and once you start living like that's true, oh boy, your whole world shifts. You're basically a walking magnet. Here's what you're attracting. Let's have a heart-to-heart, shall we? You might not see it, you might not feel it, but every second of every day, you're radiating energy. Yep, you right now, like a human lighthouse beaming signals out into the universe. And guess what powers that beam? Your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. They work together like a little trio of electricity, sending out signals that either attract the good stuff or accidentally push it away. Let's break it down. Your thoughts are like little messengers. They carry your beliefs out into the world. When you constantly think, I'll never have enough, you're basically telling the universe, don't bother sending me anything. Ouch, right? Now your feelings. Whew. They're the amplifier, they're the emotional fuel behind your thoughts. Feelings turn whispers into shouts, so when you think something and feel it deeply, that's when it starts to ripple outward in a big way, and then come your actions. These babies are the proof. They're the part that says, I believe what I think and feel, and here's how I'm showing up. When all three, thoughts, feelings, and actions, are in sync, that's when your magnetic field gets supercharged. But here's the kicker. The field doesn't just work when you're feeling positive. It's always on. If you're constantly worried, frustrated, or doubting yourself, that's what you're sending out. And spoiler alert, the universe listens. Always. So yeah, you're a magnet, but you're not stuck. You can recalibrate your field anytime. Start with one tiny thought, one intentional emotion, one bold action that says, I'm ready for something better. Because the truth is, your magnetic field is your reality maker, and you're the one flipping the switch. Now tell me, what do you want to start attracting? Slippery money syndrome. Why cash slips away. When your vibe's off. Ever feel like money shows up, only to vanish just as fast? You get a little extra. A new client, a surprise deposit, and boom, the car breaks down, a bill appears out of nowhere, or you suddenly accidentally spend it all on something you didn't even need. It's like money was never meant to stay. Like it took one look at your energy and said, yeah, I'm out of here. I used to think I had a money problem. Turns out I had a frequency problem. See, money's not just about numbers. It's energy, remember? And energy sticks where there's alignment. So when your inner frequency is off, full of stress, doubt, guilt, or fear, money can't land. It might swing by, say a quick hello, but it won't unpack its bags. Because here's the secret sauce. Money wants to feel safe with you. Welcomed, respected, even celebrated. And when your vibe says, I'm scared of not having enough, or I don't deserve this, or I'll lose it anyway, guess what happens? Money bounces. It doesn't matter how hard you work or how much you make. If your inner thermostat is set to lack, your reality will keep matching that setting every single time. But here's the good news. Your frequency isn't fixed. You can shift your vibe, and when you do, money starts sticking around like it finally found home. All it takes is awareness, tiny upgrades in your thoughts, a little emotional spring cleaning, choosing to feel worthy even before the cash rolls in. So the next time money feels slippery, ask yourself, is my energy open and magnetic or tight and resistant? Because trust me, when your frequency's in flow, money doesn't just visit, it stays. Tune in or miss out, the simple secret behind energy alignment. All right, let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're trying to listen to your favorite song on the radio, the one that makes you feel like dancing in your kitchen. But instead of sweet music, all you hear is static, buzz, fuzzy nonsense. Why? Because you're not on the right station. You're close, maybe, but close doesn't cut it. Now here's where it gets juicy. Your life works the same way, especially when it comes to money, success, and abundance. See, the universe is always broadcasting opportunities, ideas, solutions, and yep, even wealth. But to actually receive any of it, you've got to be tuned into the right frequency, and that's what alignment is all about. You can be working hard, dreaming big, doing all the things, but if your inner radio dial is off even just a little, all you're going to hear is energetic static, confusion, frustration, missed chances. Basically, money trying to find you and going, ugh, wrong signal again. But the moment you adjust your thoughts, clean up your beliefs, and shift your vibe, and click, the channel clears and boom, you're dancing again. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's just frequency. Your thoughts are the dial, your emotions are the volume, your actions, the speakers blasting the message out loud. So if life feels off lately or money's being extra shy, ask yourself, what station am I tuned into right now? Scarcity FM or Abundance 101? Because the music's playing, the question is, are you really listening? Chapter 2. Hidden Beliefs that block your flow. Okay, let's be honest for a second. Have you ever felt like no matter how hard you try, how many books you read, or how many times you visualize that dream life, something still holds you back? Like you're pressing the gas, but the brakes are stuck at the same time. Yeah, been there. And here's what I found out the hard way. It's not always life messing with you. Sometimes it's you messing with you without even realizing it. Deep inside, we all carry these sneaky little voices, old programming, invisible rules, stuff we picked up from parents, teachers, society, church, the news, you name it. And these voices, oh, they've got opinions. Things like, money doesn't grow on trees, rich people are greedy, I'm just not good with money, if I get too successful, people will judge me. Sound familiar? These are what I call hidden beliefs, the silent dream killers. They don't shout, they whisper. They don't crash the party. They work behind the curtain, quietly blocking your flow, messing with your magnetism, and making abundance feel just out of reach. And the craziest part? Most of these beliefs aren't even yours. You inherited them, absorbed them, believed them because someone you trusted said them often. Enough, but guess what? If you learned them, you can unlearn them. In this chapter, we're going to shine a flashlight into those dark corners of your mind, the spots where scarcity hides, where fear takes root, where self-sabotage throws silent tantrums. We're not here to judge, we're here to clear the path, because the truth is, you were born to flow, not to force, not to fear, not to stay small. And once you spot the belief that's been quietly running the show behind the scenes, oh, it's game over for that old story, and game on for the life you actually want. Let's dig in. The sneaky stories we tell ourselves about money that keep us broke. Let's have a real moment here. If you've ever thought, why can't I seem to break through financially? You're not alone. And no, you're not cursed, lazy, or unlucky. You might just be dragging around some limiting beliefs about money that you didn't even know you had. And trust me, these suckers are sneaky. They're like background apps on your phone, quietly draining your energy without you realizing. Little thoughts that sound harmless at first, but actually block abundance like a brick wall. Want to hear a few of the biggest culprits? Brace yourself. Money doesn't grow on trees. Classic, right? It was probably said to you when you were 5, reaching for a toy at the store, and boom, you learned that money is scarce, hard to get, and not something to ask for. I'm just not good with money. Oof, this one hits deep. People say it like a joke, but it's a spell. Say it enough times, and guess what? You'll avoid money, mismanage it, and prove yourself right over and over. If I get rich, people will hate me. Whether it's fear of judgment, guilt, or just feeling weird about having more than others, this belief quietly tells you that success isn't safe, so you'll sabotage it before it ever sticks. Wanting money is selfish. This one's sneaky because it sounds moral, but it's totally backwards. Money in the hands of good people, that's how the world changes. You can't help others if you're stuck in survival mode. I have to work really hard to deserve it. This one makes you chase, grind, suffer, and overdo it, just to feel worthy. But abundance isn't about proving yourself. It's about aligning yourself. Crazy how we carry these old scripts, right? And most of the time, they didn't even start with us. They came from parents, teachers, culture, passed down like hand-me-down clothes that never quite fit. But here's the twist. You don't have to believe everything you were taught, especially if it's keeping you broke, stressed, or stuck. You get to rewrite the script. You get to choose new beliefs that support you, ones that feel expansive, light, true. And once you do, oh, you'd be amazed at how fast your reality catches up hand-me-down beliefs, how family, fear, and culture program your money mindset. All right, let's go way back for a sec. You weren't born thinking money is bad, or that rich people are evil, or that you have to struggle to succeed. Nope. That stuff didn't come with your soul. It came with your surroundings. So where the heck did all these weird, heavy money beliefs come from? Let me break it down. Family, the first money teachers. You probably didn't grow up having deep convos about wealth around the dinner table, right? Most of us didn't. But still, we absorbed a ton, just by listening, watching, feeling. If mum was always saying, we can't afford that, if dad constantly stressed about bills, if fights happened every time the word money came up, boom, your little brain stored all that. And it whispered, money, stress, better stay away. Even if your parents meant well, and they usually did, they were just passing on what they were taught. Generational patterns handed down like grandma's silverware. Only these came, wrapped in worry and lack. Culture, the background noise you didn't notice. Now add the stuff we pick up from movies, school, religion, society. You know, all those messages like, money changes people. The rich are selfish, blessed are the poor. Follow your passion, not the paycheck. Yeah, cool quotes, but they leave a mark. They plant seeds that grow into inner conflict, where part of you wants to thrive and another part feels guilty for even dreaming it. Suddenly, you're torn between success and belonging. And let's not forget the good old media, constantly painting wealth as corrupt, flashy, or dangerous. No wonder we push it away subconsciously while saying we want more. Fear, the mastermind, behind the scenes. Then there's fear. Sneaky, slippery, and oh so convincing. Fear of failing, fear of judgment, fear of outshining your family. Fear that if you do make it, you'll lose it, or lose yourself. So what happens? Your brain decides to protect you by keeping you small, safe, invisible, and broke. But here's the wild part. These beliefs aren't facts, they're stories. And if they're stories, you can change the plot, rewrite the ending, flip the script. You're not broken. You're just running an old money program, one that doesn't belong to you. But now you get to choose differently, and that is where everything starts to shift. Catching the culprits. How to spot and shift money beliefs that secretly run the show. Let's play detective for a second, shall we? Because the truth is, those limiting beliefs about money, they're sneaky little things. They hide behind your habits, your excuses, and your "that's just the way I am" mindset. But once you spot them, you can stop them from running your life and your wallet. So, how do you catch them? Step 1. Watch what comes out of your mouth, seriously. Start paying attention to the stuff you say without even thinking. Things like, I'm broke. That's too expensive. Must be nice. I'll never have enough. Those tiny phrases, they're clues, echoes of deeper beliefs hiding underneath. If you hear yourself saying it more than once, ding, 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 that's a belief waving at you. Step 2. Notice the emotional triggers. Money beliefs love to hang out where emotions run high. So ask yourself, when someone talks about success, do I feel inspired or annoyed? When I think about getting rich, do I feel excited or kinda guilty? When a bill shows up, do I panic or stay calm? These little reactions are gold mines. They tell you exactly where your energy's getting blocked. Step 3. Journal it out, no filter. Here's one of my fave tricks. Grab a notebook and finish these sentences. Money is. Rich people are, if I had more money, I would. People like me can't. No editing, just write, let it flow. And then read what you wrote out loud, slowly. That's where the real beliefs live, in your raw, unfiltered thoughts. Step 4. Flip the script. Once you see the old belief, it's time to shift it. But don't force it, ease into it. Turn money is hard to get into money can come with ease. Change, I'm not good with money to, I'm learning how to handle money better every day. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just more empowering. You're not lying to yourself. You're retraining your brain. Step 5. Repeat, rewire, reinvent. Beliefs don't change overnight, but they do change. Each time you catch one, flip it and act from a better place. You're literally reprogramming your money mindset. The best part? Awareness is the first domino. Once it falls, everything else starts moving. So, yeah, it takes effort. It takes honesty. But wow, it's worth it. Because the moment you shift your beliefs, you shift your results. Mindset. Toolbox. Simple tools to rewire your brain and attract more money. All right, so now that we've talked about those sneaky money beliefs, you might be wondering, cool, but how do I actually change them? Great question, and I've got just the thing. Or better yet, a few powerful tools that'll help you reprogram your mindset and shift your energy, one thought at a time. Let's dive into your new mindset toolbox, shall we? Tool number 1, journaling. Your brain on paper. Okay, hear me out. I used to think journaling was just for people with pretty handwriting and hours to spare. But wow, was I wrong? Journaling is like having a conversation with your subconscious. When you start writing, all those hidden thoughts, fears, and limiting beliefs start bubbling up. And once you see them, you can start to shift them. Try prompts like, what do I believe about money, and where did that come from? What would my wealthy self believe instead? If I fully trusted money would always come, how would I act today? No filters, no judgment, just let it flow. This is where awareness meets healing. Tool number 2, mindset reprogramming. The inner software update. Think of your brain like a phone. Over time it gets outdated, slow, full of bugs. But guess what? You can update it. That's what mindset reprogramming is all about, replacing the old mental scripts with new, supportive, juicy ones that actually match the life you want to live. Here's how I do it. Catch the old belief, like I'm not good with money. Flip it into something better. I'm learning to master money every day. Repeat it daily, like it's your new truth. Bonus tip. Say it out loud. Look in the mirror. Feel it. Embody it. The more you repeat it, the more your brain starts to believe it. Tool number 3, visualization. Plus, feeling the future. Close your eyes and imagine your dream financial life, not as a far-off fantasy, but as if it's already real. What are you wearing? Where are you living? What's in your bank account? More importantly, how do you feel that feeling? That's your magnet. Feel it now, act from it now, and you'll start attracting things that match it. These tools may look simple, and they are, but don't let that fool you. The simplest tools often create the deepest change, and when you use them with intention and consistency, oof, game changer. Chapter 3. The Prosperity Field, Aligning Mind and Emotion. Let's talk about something that most people skip over when they're trying to manifest more money. Your mind and your emotions. They're a team, and if they're not playing on the same side, well, let's just say your abundance train isn't getting very far. I mean, think about it. You can think positive all day long, saying all, The right affirmations, setting goals, making vision boards. But if deep down you're feeling anxious, doubtful, or secretly unworthy, that energy takes over. Every single time. Your thoughts send the signal, but your emotions power the magnet. Together, they create what I like to call your prosperity field. That invisible, but totally real vibe you're broadcasting 24/7. And trust me, money can feel it. People can too. So can opportunities. If your mind says, I'm rich, but your body feels I'm scared, the universe hears, I'm not ready yet. Wild, right? So in this chapter, we're going to get your thoughts and emotions into alignment, like tuning a guitar until it plays the perfect note. Because when they click, boom, that's when you step into flow. That's when you stop pushing so hard. That's when you start attracting instead of chasing. We'll go over how to catch emotional static before it messes up your vibe, how to choose better feeling thoughts on purpose, and how to stay in emotional alignment even when life throws curveballs. Because the truth is, your prosperity field isn't built by force. It's built by frequency. And when your mind and heart are speaking the same language, well, that's when abundance finally hears you loud and clear. Let's get you aligned, heart and mind in sync. The hidden superpower behind real prosperity. Want to know a little secret that most people completely overlook when they're trying to attract more money, more flow, or more anything really? Your heart and your mind have to be on the same team, yeah. Not just positive thinking or wishful dreaming. I'm talking about that real deal connection. When your thoughts say yes and your feelings say yes in all caps, bolded, underlined, and maybe even doing a little happy dance. That's called coherence, and it's magnetic. See, your mind is the command center, always planning, solving, strategizing. Great stuff. But your heart is the signal tower, constantly sending out vibes into the world based on what you feel. When your mind is chasing abundance, but your heart is stuck in fear or doubt. That's like trying to text with no signal. You're doing all the right things, but nothing's getting through. But when you create that sweet, juicy alignment between what you think and what you feel, boom, that's when you enter the flow state. That's when your energy becomes clear, calm, confident, and the universe can't help but respond. You stop second-guessing. You start attracting. Things click. People show up. Ideas hit you like lightning. Why? Because you're no longer sending mixed signals. You're in energetic coherence, and that's powerful stuff. So if you've been doing the work, but not seeing the results, maybe it's time to stop forcing and start sinking. Ask yourself, is my heart feeling what my mind is thinking? Because when those two start vibing together, let's just say, that's when the magic begins. Aligned and unstoppable. Why? Inner harmony turns you into a money magnet. Want to know one of the biggest glow-ups you'll ever experience? It's not a new car, not a six-figure launch. Not even waking up to a surprise deposit in your bank account, though that is fun, right? It's this, getting your inner world aligned. Seriously, when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are all pulling in the same direction, you don't just hope for abundance, you become a magnet for it. Like whoosh, people call you out. Of nowhere, opportunities fall in your lap, and things finally start clicking without you having to chase them down, beg, or force anything. So what does this internal alignment actually mean? It's when your mind's like, I believe in this. Your heart's like, I feel good about this. And your body's like, let's move on this. That's the trio. That's the vibe. That's the energy that draws things in, instead of pushing them away. When you're out of alignment, it's like your signals are scrambled. You want more money, but you're stressed. You set goals, but doubt yourself the whole way. You take action, but deep down feel like you're not good enough. And the universe, yeah, it's like, wait, what do you actually want? But when you line it all up, oh baby, your energy becomes crystal clear. Your field, magnetic, you. Stop chasing. And things start chasing you, because energy flows to clarity, confidence, conviction. not confusion. So if you're wondering why something hasn't shown up yet, pause and ask, am I truly aligned or just busy? Because trust me, when your inner world lines up, that outer world can't help but catch up. Good vibes. Only simple daily practices to harmonize your energy and attract more abundance. Let's be real. Some days just feel off, like your energy hit snooze, spilled coffee on your favorite shirt, and walked out the door without saying goodbye. But guess what? You've got more power than you think. With just a few simple daily practices, you can totally shift your vibe, raise your frequency, and get back into that juicy flow where things just work. Yep, the kind of energy that attracts money, clarity, and aligned opportunities without you breaking a sweat. Let me show you how I do it, and how you totally can too. Morning. Vibe check. Start with intention. Before your feet even hit the floor, set the tone. Not with a to-do list, but with a to-feel list. Ask yourself, how do I want to feel today? Maybe it's calm, confident, abundant, free. Then take one deep breath and lock that feeling in. Even just 30 seconds makes a difference. It's like tuning your inner station before the world gets loud. Minute journaling. Clear the static. Grab a notebook. No fancy rules. Just write. Dump out any worries, doubts, weird thoughts. Clear the clutter, then flip the script. Write a few abundance affirmations that actually feel good, not forced. Something like, money flows to me in fun and easy ways. I trust life's got my back. I'm open to receiving more today. Boom. Instant energy upgrade. Move your body, move your mood. You don't need a gym, you don't need a yoga mat. You just need to move. Dance in the kitchen. Stretch like a sleepy cat. Take a walk with your favorite playlist. Movement clears stuck energy and brings in new flow. It literally tells your brain, hey, we're alive, we're in motion, let's go. Heart check-in, feel first, act second. Before you send that message, accept that invite or jump into the day's chaos. Pause, ask, does this feel aligned? If it's a yes, go all in. If it's a maybe, wait. If it's a no, protect your peace. Your energy's too precious to waste on things that don't match your frequency. Night reset. Clean your vibe before you sleep, right before bed. Let it all go. Breathe in deep. Release any tension. Forgive the day. Forgive yourself and speak this out loud. I'm safe. I'm supported. I'm ready to receive even more tomorrow. Then drift off like the magnetic money magnet you are. Remember, energy first, results second. Keep your vibe clear, calm, and consistent, and watch what starts to flow into your life like it's been waiting for you all along. Meet the magnetic you. A visualization to attract what you actually want. Okay, ready for something a little fun, a little magical, and seriously powerful? Let's do a quick visualization exercise I like to call Magnetic You. It's simple, it's quick, and wow, it works like a charm when you do it with feeling, because here's the deal, your brain, it doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imagined. So when you visualize clearly and emotionally, your energy starts acting like it's already true. And that's when the universe goes, oh, hey, let's match that. Let's get into it. Step 1. Find your calm. First, just pause. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and exhale slow. Do that a couple more times, like you're telling your nervous system, we're good, let's chill. Now imagine a version of yourself just a few steps ahead. The magnetic you. Step 2. See the magnetic you. This version of you, they're glowing, confident, clear, unbothered. They walk into rooms and energy shifts. They speak and people listen. They don't chase money, money chases them, effortlessly. Now zoom in. What are they wearing? How do they move? What does their face look like when they see another deposit hit their account? Notice the small stuff, the vibe, the posture, the smile. Feel it in your bones. This version of you is magnetic to abundance because they know who they are. Step 3. Feel the frequency. Now here's the most important part. Feel what they feel. Pride, peace, excitement, safety, overflow. Let those emotions fill your chest, warm your belly, soften your face. That feeling? That's your magnetic field in action. Stay there for a moment, let it sink in. You're not trying to become them. You are them. Right now, you're just remembering. Step 4. Lock it in. Now slowly open your eyes. Smile. Take another. A breath. And carry that energy into whatever you do next, whether it's sending an email, making a call, or pouring your coffee. Because when you feel magnetic, you act magnetic. And when you act magnetic, the world responds. You can do this anytime, first thing in the morning, before a big meeting, while brushing your teeth, heck, even in the shower. Just close your eyes, find magnetic you, and bring them to life because they're already inside you. The more you practice being magnetic, the more magnetic you become. Chapter 4. Magnetic words. Speak it into wealth. Let me tell you something that changed the game for me. Words have power, like serious power, not just in how they sound, but in what they create. Every time you open your mouth, you're either building a bridge toward abundance or putting up a wall that keeps it out. I know that sounds a little dramatic, but hear me out. Your words are more than just sound, they're spells. And whether you realize it or not, you've been casting them every day. Think about it. You say, "I'm broke," and your energy drops. You say, "That's too expensive," and suddenly your world shrinks. You joke about being bad with money, and guess what? Your brain believes you. But flip it, shift just a few words, and your whole energy shifts with it. When you start speaking from a place of possibility, belief, and abundance, something clicks. It's like your voice sends a signal out, and the universe answers with, "Say less, I'm on it." This chapter is all about helping you do exactly that. We're going to explore the way your language shapes your reality, how to spot the hidden phrases that are blocking your flow, and most importantly, how to use magnetic words that pull wealth toward you like a magnet on full blast. You'll learn how to speak to your money with your vision and from your power, even if right now your bank account says otherwise. Because the truth is, before you live it, you gotta speak it. With boldness, with feeling, with belief. And when your words start vibrating on the same frequency as the life you want, let's just say, money listens. Ready to flip the script? Let's talk abundance. Say it, shape it. How your words, quietly, build or break your reality. Want to know one of the most underrated superpowers you already have? Your words. Yep. The stuff that rolls off your tongue when you're not even thinking. The quick comments, the daily chatter, the jokes you make, without a second thought. All of it's creating something. Whether you mean to or not, you're shaping your world with what you say. It's wild, right? You think you're just venting or being realistic, but those tiny little phrases, they stick, they loop, they echo, and eventually they show up in your life. Say, "I'm broke" enough times, and your brain's like, "Got it, let's keep that true." Say, "Nothing ever works out for me," and guess what? Your vibe starts matching that mess. But say, "I always find a way," or "I'm open to abundance," and suddenly doors start creaking open where there were only walls before. It's not magic, it's not fluff, it's just energy in motion, and words are the spark. What you speak, you start to believe. What you believe, you start to feel. What you feel, you act on. And what you act on, that's your reality, baby. So yeah, words matter. A lot. They're not just sound, they're commands to the universe. That's why I always say, if you want to change your life, start by changing your language. Talk like someone who knows good things are coming. Speak as if the money's already on its way. Choose words that lift you, and watch how your world begins to rise with them. Because the way you talk, it's the blueprint for the life you're building. Talk, rich to me. how to use powerful affirmations that actually attract abundance. Let's get one thing straight. Affirmations aren't just feel-good phrases you whisper to the mirror and hope for the best. Nope. When used right, they're like flipping a switch inside your brain, rewiring your vibe, your energy, and the way you show up in the world. But here's the catch. They only work when they feel true, or at least possible. That's the secret sauce most people miss. You can say, "I'm a millionaire" all day long, but if your insides are rolling their eyes like, "Yeah, right," then guess what? Your frequency is still stuck in lack. So let's flip the script and do this the right way. Step 1, speak from belief, not bull. Instead of jumping straight to wild declarations you wish were true, start with affirmations that stretch you, but don't snap you. Say things like, "I'm open to receiving more money every day. I'm learning how to think like someone who attracts wealth. Abundance is starting to feel normal for me." These feel possible, which means your nervous system doesn't freak out and your energy starts to lean in. Step 2, repeat it with feeling, like you mean it. This part is gold. Don't just say the words, feel them. Let your body get into it. Smile when you say them. Close your eyes. Picture what it would look like if it were already true, because your subconscious doesn't respond to flat words. It responds to emotion, vibe, energy. Step 3, make it a ritual, not a one-off. Consistency beats intensity. Say your affirmations daily, even if it's just one sentence in the shower or in the car, and get playful with it. Write them on sticky notes, record a voice memo and play it back. Turn it into your phone wallpaper. Make it part of your world. Repetition is how you reprogram your inner GPS. Step 4, swap out the sneaky negatives. Watch out for the quiet, automatic, "I can't," "It's too hard," or "I never." Those little phrases are mini mind traps, and they cancel out your affirmations fast. So every time you catch yourself saying something lack-based, stop and flip it. Even just a soft upgrade like, "That's how I used to think, but now I'm learning something new." That's a win. That's a shift. That's real. Step 5, own your new identity. Affirmations aren't just words. They're a practice of becoming. You're not just talking to feel better. You're training your brain to believe something bigger. And the more you speak from abundance, the more your reality starts matching it. You don't say affirmations to fake it. You say them to remember who you really are. Your money mantra, one line to rewire your mind and attract the good stuff. Want to know one of the easiest and most powerful ways to shift your money vibe? Like flip the switch, open the floodgates kind of shift? Create your own personal money mantra. Not some generic line you found in a Pinterest quote box. I mean a real, juicy, made-for-you affirmation that hits you in the soul every time you say it. Something that makes your energy sit up straighter. Something that makes your wallet go, "Ooh, I like where this is headed." So, what is a money mantra anyway? It's a short, punchy phrase that speaks directly to your abundance mindset. Kind of like your own personal money spell. But instead of casting it on the world, you're casting it on your brain, beliefs, and energy. And trust me, when you say it with feeling, it sticks, it spreads, it attracts. How to create yours. No overthinking allowed. Let's keep it simple. Just ask yourself, how do I want to feel about money every single day? Confident, calm, excited, supported, free? Now take that feeling and turn it into a short sentence that lifts you, that anchors you, that reminds you that you're safe, supported, and capable of attracting more. Here are some vibe-filled examples to get your juices flowing. I attract money with ease and joy. Money flows to me because I trust myself. I'm a magnet for aligned abundance. Everything I touch multiplies in value. Wealth feels natural to me now. See the rhythm, the flow, the power behind the words. Yours can be bold, soft, playful, grounded, whatever speaks to you. Use it like a daily dose of wealth energy. Once you've got your mantra, don't just let it collect dust in your notes app. Say it. Repeat it, write it, feel it, live it, whisper it in the shower. Shout it while driving. Write it on a sticky note and slap it on your mirror. The more you use it, the more it rewires your energy. And the more money starts listening. Because the truth is, your voice is a magnet. So speak like the abundant version of you is already. Here, watch your mouth, the sneaky danger of casual negativity. Let's talk about something most people totally overlook. The little things we say without thinking. You know those offhand comments? Stuff like, "I'm so broke." "Knowing my luck, it won't work." "That's just my life. Nothing ever goes right." Yeah, those. They might seem harmless. Just jokes, venting, sarcasm. But yikes, they're doing more damage than you think. Because here's the deal. Your subconscious is always listening. It doesn't care if you're just kidding. It hears it, soaks it in and says, "Got it, let's keep making that true." Wild, right? Words become beliefs. The more you casually say something, the more it becomes a belief. And beliefs, well, they shape your reality like clay on a wheel. So when you casually throw out, "I suck with money," or "nothing good ever lasts," you're not just venting, you're programming your brain. And unfortunately, your brain is very obedient. It'll keep delivering experiences that match your vibe, even if that vibe is meh at best. Negativity, show low vibration. Every time you speak negativity, even as a joke, you lower your frequency. You send a message to the universe that says, "This is my truth." And energy, oh, it responds. That's why someone who constantly jokes about failure keeps struggling. That's why folks who laugh off their money problems often stay stuck in them. It's not a coincidence. It's vibe maintenance gone wrong. Flip it before it sticks. Now, I'm not saying you need to walk around being a sunshine robot 24/7. We're human. Life gets messy. Sarcasm's fun. Venting is real. But just be aware. Catch yourself. And when you do, flip it fast. Say, "Actually, I'm figuring this out." Scratch that. "I'm open to something better." That's the old me talking. I'm choosing a new story. Even a small shift like that can stop the spiral and reclaim your power. Because truth is, words cast spells. Casual ones still count. So speak with care. Speak with belief. And speak like your future is listening. 'Cause it is. Chapter 5. The giving-receiving loop. How flow creates fortune. Okay, let's have a little real talk. You ever feel like you're doing all the right things to attract more money, more freedom, more whatever, but it's like the universe keeps you on? Yeah. Been there? Here's something I had to learn the hard way, and wow, it changed everything. You can't just be open to receiving. You've got to be open to giving, too. Wait, don't run. I'm not talking about giving till you're drained or broke. I'm talking about creating flow, energy flow, wealth flow, life flow. Because abundance lives in circulation. And when you block the give part, you mess with the receive part, too. Think about it like breathing. You inhale, receive. You exhale, give. Try holding your breath too long and see how that feels. It's the same with money, love, time, kindness, whatever you want to attract. If you're gripping tight, hoarding, hiding, or always waiting, you shut the door on flow. But when you give freely, not out of fear, not to impress, but from a place of joy and trust, boom, you open the gate. Giving creates space. Space invites more. More keeps the loop going. Simple as that. This chapter is all about helping you tap into this giving-receiving rhythm, not as some noble thing to do, but as a straight-up strategy for attracting abundance on repeat. Because the truth is, you were never meant to just receive. You were built to flow, and when you learn to give with love and receive without guilt, the loop starts spinning and life starts singing. Let's dive in. The secret shortcut. Giving is the door that unlocks receiving. Want to hear something kind of wild? The fastest way to receive more is to give. Yep, I know, sounds backwards at first. especially when you're trying to hold on to every penny, every minute, every little bit of energy you've got left. But here's the truth most people miss. Giving opens the channel of receiving. Full stop. Let me explain. When you give, whether it's money, time, love, kindness, support, or even a smile, you're telling the universe, look, I've got more than enough. I'm in flow. I trust there's more where that came from. And the universe, it listens, it watches. It's like, oh, we've got a giver here. Let's keep that loop moving. It's not about giving everything away. This isn't a be a martyr situation. It's about circulation, like blood, like breath, like a river that keeps flowing. When you give from a place of fear or pressure, yeah, that energy's off. But when you give from a place of joy, gratitude, and confidence, that's when the magic hits. Quick story time. I once gave someone $20 when I barely had $40 left. Not because I felt obligated, but because it felt right. I kid you not. The next day, I got an unexpected payment 10x that amount. Coincidence? Maybe. But honestly, I don't think so. I think giving cracked something open inside me. It shifted my frequency. It made room for more. It reminded me that money likes to move. And when I move it with intention, it comes back with friends. So ask yourself, where can I give today, even just a little? What do I have in overflow? Time, encouragement, a skill? Can I give without expectation just to keep the energy clean? Because when you give with a full heart, without strings attached, something shifts. The channel's clear, the flow starts moving, and suddenly you're not chasing abundance, you're dancing with it. The overflow effect, how generosity expands your wealth field. Let's clear something up real quick. Being generous doesn't make you lose money. If anything, it makes you magnetic to more of it. Yeah, I know. We've been trained to think giving means having less. Like there's some kind of cosmic scoreboard keeping track of how much we sacrifice. But that's not how abundance works. Abundance doesn't shrink when shared. It grows. It multiplies. It echoes back. Generosity is one of the fastest, purest ways to expand your energy. And when your energy expands, guess what else does? Your wealth field. Giving, expanding your receiving space. Think of it like this. Every time you give, a kind word, a tip, a resource, a helping hand, you're sending out a message that says, I'm in overflow. I have more than enough. I live in abundance. And the universe goes, oh, say less, let's keep it coming. Generosity shifts you out of lack mode and into overflow mode. Even if you don't feel rich in the moment, acting from a place of plenty starts to build that frequency, and that frequency, it attracts. People feel it too. And let's not forget, generosity doesn't just expand your wealth energetically, it expands your network, your trust, your influence, your vibe. People are drawn to givers, not the kind that give out of guilt, but the ones who give from a full heart and a generous spirit. That energy is contagious. It builds connection. It opens doors. It brings unexpected blessings out of nowhere. Start small, think big. You don't need to donate millions to tap into this energy. You can start today. Right now, with what you do have, buy someone a coffee, share your knowledge freely, send a voice note to someone who needs a lift, tip a little extra just because. The gesture doesn't have to be huge, but the energy behind it, massive. Because when you move like someone who has more than enough to give, life responds by giving you even more to move with. So go ahead, let generosity flow through you, and just watch how your wealth field starts to glow. The boomerang effect. Real stories of generosity that came back big. Want to know one of my favorite things about life? When you give from the heart, it always comes back. Sometimes in the same form, sometimes in the most random, surprising, goosebumps kind of way. And no, I'm not just saying that to sound deep or mystical. I've lived it, I've seen it, and I've heard story after story that proves it's real. So, Let me share a few that still make me smile and kind of shake my head in awe that one time I gave and got 10x back. A while ago, I tipped a delivery guy way more than usual, not because I had money pouring in, but because something in me said, "Give big today." The guy looked shocked, smiled, and drove off. The next morning, I opened my inbox to a random email. A client who'd ghosted me months ago was ready to move forward with a budget 10x bigger than expected. I literally laughed out loud. Coincidence? Maybe. But my soul knew better. A message that turned into money. A friend of mine told me she started this daily habit. Every morning, she'd send out a voice note to someone she appreciated. Just a quick, "Hey, I'm thinking of you. You're awesome." One day, she messaged a former co-worker she hadn't talked to in years. They ended up chatting. And a week later, that same person referred her to a gig that paid more in 1 week than her old job did in a month. All because of one message. One tiny act of generosity and connection. A gift that sparked a chain reaction. I once gave away a book that totally changed my life. My well-loved, underlined, dog-eared copy, into a stranger I met at a cafe. I felt a little weird handing it over, like, is this silly? But I trusted the nudge. That same week, someone gifted me a coaching session with a mentor I'd been dreaming of working with, for free, out of the blue. Yeah, goosebumps. These stories aren't rare. They're happening all the time, too. People who give without expectation, who trust the loop, who believe that what they send out finds a way back. It's not about giving to get. It's about giving because you know you live in an abundant universe, and when you act from that place, life starts winking at you. A lot. Keep it flowing. Gratitude and flow rituals that supercharge your abundance loop. Let's talk about a vibe that never goes out of style. Gratitude. I know. It sounds simple, maybe even a little cliché. But oh man, when it comes to keeping your giving-receiving loop alive and thriving, gratitude is everything, seriously. Gratitude is like fuel for your frequency. It's what tells the universe, "Hey, I noticed that, thank you, more please." But here's the fun part. We don't just wait to feel grateful. We practice it on purpose. We turn it into a ritual, something that gets your energy aligned, your heart open, and your money flow moving like warm butter on toast. Let me show you how I do it. Super simple, super powerful. Morning. Gratitude spark. Before the day even gets noisy, I grab a pen and scribble down 3 things I'm grateful for. Could be big, a new client, or tiny, hot coffee and a quiet moment. Here's the key. I don't just list them, I feel them. Let the good vibes wash over me like warm sun through a window. It's not about perfection, it's about starting the day in flow. Thank your money, yes, out loud. This one's fun and a little weird, but stick with me. Every time I spend money, whether it's on rent, lunch, or that random thing I definitely didn't need on Amazon, I say, "Thank you, money. I release you with love, and I welcome you back multiplied." Wild? Maybe. Effective? Heck yes. This tiny ritual keeps your money energy clean, loving, and flowing, instead of tense and clingy. The flow check-in. Once a week, usually Sundays, I ask myself, where did I give this week? Where did I receive? Where did I block the flow? It's like a tune-up for your abundance engine. No judgment, just awareness. The more aware you are, the smoother your loop runs. Nighttime gratitude glow. Right before bed, I whisper one sentence. Today I received more than I expected, and I'm grateful. Even if it wasn't a wow kind of day, I say it anyway. Why? Because it sets the tone for what tomorrow brings. It's like programming your dreams to think rich thoughts while you snooze. Here's the bottom line. Gratitude is your anchor. Flow is your rhythm. Together they make you unstoppable. Chapter 6. Inspired action. Move like a magnet. Okay, so here's the truth. You can't just sit around manifesting and expect money to drop from the sky. I mean, the vibes are great. The affirmations are powerful. The energy work? Love it. But let's get real. Without action, even the clearest vision board is just pretty paper, but not just any action. I'm talking inspired action. The kind that feels like a full-body yes. The kind that lights you up from the inside and makes you move like you're already magnetic, because you are. You know that feeling when something just clicks? Like, whoa, I don't know why, but I need to do this right now. That's inspired action. It's energy in motion. It's your intuition calling the shots, not your fears or your inner critic. And when you follow that little spark, even if it doesn't make perfect sense, that's when doors open, people appear, and opportunities multiply in ways you didn't see coming. In this chapter, we're going to talk about how to spot the difference between hustle and flow, what inspired action really feels like. Spoiler, it's way easier than you think. How to stop second-guessing yourself and just go, and how to move like a magnet, attracting as you act, instead of chasing like crazy. Because here's the thing, action backed by alignment, pure magnetism. You're not pushing, you're pulling, you're not forcing, you're flowing. And that, my friend, is where the real abundance lives. Ready to move different? Let's get into it. Flow, don't freeze. Why attraction loves movement. Let's get something straight, real quick. Attraction isn't about sitting cross-legged on your floor, waiting for a miracle to show up in your mailbox. Nope. That's not how this works. It's not about doing nothing. It's about doing the right things, from the right energy at the right time. It's about moving in flow, not in fear. You see, when people hear attract abundance, they sometimes think it means being super still, super chill, just visualizing and vibing 24/7. And hey, I love a good meditation session. Don't get me wrong, but here's the truth. The universe loves momentum. It moves with you. And when you take even the tiniest step aligned, inspired, heart-led, you signal that you're ready. You tell the world, hey, I'm not just dreaming, I'm doing. That's when the magic really starts to happen. Think of it like dancing with life. If you just stand still on the dance floor, waiting for the music to pick you up and toss you into a perfect twirl, you'll be waiting a while. But if you start moving, even just a sway or a shimmy, suddenly the rhythm finds you. The beat builds, the room shifts, and boom, you're in flow. So no, you don't have to hustle. You don't have to force, grind, or chase, but you do have to move. You have to show up. You have to lean into those nudges, those whispers, those "what if I just did this" moments, because attraction is magnetic energy. But that magnet gets stronger the moment you move with it. So the question isn't, am I doing enough? It's, am I moving in alignment with what I say I want? If the answer's yes, even just a little, oh baby, you're already on the way, inspired. Or exhausted? The big difference between flow and force. All right, let's call this out loud and clear. Not all action is created equal. Just because you're busy doesn't mean you're aligned. And just because you're moving fast doesn't mean you're going anywhere that actually matters. There's a huge difference between inspired action and desperate effort. And oh man, once you feel the difference, you'll never unfeel it. Let's start with desperate effort. You know the vibe. You're pushing, forcing, second-guessing every move. You're drained before noon. You're doing all the things, but nothing sticks. Everything feels heavy, rushed, panicked, and honestly, kind of pointless. That's because desperation comes from lack. It says, I have to do this or else. It's fear dressed up as productivity. And yeah, I've been there, burning out in the name of hustle and wondering why the universe wasn't clapping for me. Now, inspired action, whole different vibe. It's like a gentle nudge from the inside. It feels light, clear, kinda exciting. It's when you get that idea and your gut goes, yep, this. Even if it doesn't totally make sense on paper, You just know it's right. Inspired action flows. It moves with ease. It feels like a breadcrumb trail, not a brick wall. And funny enough, one tiny move from inspiration often does more than 10 desperate to-do lists ever could. Here's the juicy part. Desperate effort drains your magnetism. Inspired action boosts it. One pushes abundance away. The other calls it in, effortlessly. So next time you're about to jump into action mode, pause and ask, am I forcing this or is it flowing? Does this feel expansive or exhausting? Am I acting from trust or fear? Because when you start choosing inspiration over desperation, that's when things start clicking. That's when the right people show up, the right opportunities pop up, and you stop grinding and start gliding. Gut feelings and bold moves. How trusting the nudge changes everything. Ever get that weird little do this whisper from inside you? Like out of nowhere, you feel a pull to send that message, sign up for that thing, take a different route home, or say yes to something kind of scary but exciting. That's not random. That's your gut speaking. That's intuition nudging you forward. And if you learn to trust it, that's when the magic starts rolling in. I've learned something huge on this whole abundance journey. Success rarely comes from logic alone. It comes from those tiny, quiet, brave moments where you choose to trust something you can't fully explain yet. And yeah, your brain might scream, this doesn't make sense. But your gut always knows the vibe. Always. Listening to nudges is like tuning into your inner GPS. The one that's already linked to the life you want. It might not give you the full map, but it always shows you the next right step. And here's the kicker. The faster you act on the nudge, the stronger they get. Ignore it too long and it fades. But follow it, even when your voice shakes, and boom. That's where alignment lives. That's where the money flows. That's where the people, ideas, and synchronicities pop up like popcorn. So yeah, it takes courage. Trusting your gut is brave. Following a feeling instead of a plan, that's next level bold. But it's also how you unlock doors that hustle alone can't open. Next time you get that inner tug, that do it now feeling, try this, pause and breathe. Say, okay, I hear you. Then take one small, brave step. Just one. You don't have to leap the whole staircase. Just take the first step. Because when you move with trust, the next step always reveals itself. And before you know it, you're not chasing the dream, you're living it. First move, then magic. How Stallone took the leap and the universe showed up. Sometimes the universe's response is just one brave move away. But here's the kicker. It waits for you to go first. It's not going to roll out the red carpet until you start walking like it's already there. That's how energy works. That's how alignment works. And if you need proof, let me tell you one of my favorite real-life stories ever. Let's talk Sylvester Stallone. Yep, Rocky himself. Back in the day, Stallone wasn't living the dream. He was broke, like had to sell his dog kind of broke. Yeah, that broke. He had this burning idea in his gut, a story, a vision, a movie called Rocky, but no one was biting. Studio after studio rejected him, and the few that were interested wanted the script, but not him in the starring role. Here's where it gets wild. He could have taken the money, could have played it safe, but he didn't. He said no to deals that didn't align with his vision. He stuck to his gut, took the risk, held the line. That was his inspired move. He moved first, and the universe followed. Eventually, a studio caved, gave him a shot, let him star in his own movie, and well, the rest is history. Rocky became a massive hit. Academy Awards, iconic status, multi-million-dollar career, all because one guy said, I believe in this, and I'm going first, now. Imagine if he'd waited, if he said, I'll believe in it when they do. We probably wouldn't even know his name. That's the power of taking the step before it makes sense, of moving with faith, not just logic, of saying yes to the vision before there's proof it'll work. So next time you feel that fire in your Gut, that little nudge that says, go, just go. Even if it's scary, even if you're unsure, move first, because when you do, the universe laces up its shoes and starts running right beside you. Chapter 7. Syncing with the universe's abundant frequency. All right, let's talk vibe, because here's the truth, and it's a game changer. The universe is always broadcasting. Abundance, always, 24/7, like a never-ending radio station full of wealth, opportunities, blessings, breakthroughs, and what you wanted all along kind of moments. But here's the catch. You only receive what you're tuned into. If your internal dial's stuck on worry, doubt, or scarcity, you'll miss the signal. It's not that abundance isn't there. It's just that your energy's too fuzzy to catch the wave. Kind of like trying to blast your favorite song, but your radio's stuck between stations. All you hear is static. So what does syncing actually mean? It means getting your thoughts, emotions, and energy to line up with what the universe is already sending your way. It means tuning out the noise of fear and dialing into the frequency of trust, clarity, and expansion. This chapter is all about helping you do exactly that without forcing, faking, or trying to be some super spiritual robot. Just real, raw alignment that feels light, natural, and powerful AF. We'll explore how to spot when you're out of sync shift, your vibe, even on blah days. Match your energy to abundance and stay tuned in even when life tries to pull you off track, because once you learn how to sync, you don't have to chase anymore. You just receive effortlessly, naturally, like you were made for it. And honestly, you were. Let's tune in and turn it all the way up. The vibe don't lie. Attraction, vibration, and resonance explained the real way. Okay, let's break down some of the most powerful and kind of misunderstood principles out there, the laws of attraction, vibration, and resonance. I know, sounds super mystical and woo-woo at first, but hang with me for a sec. Because once you get how these work together, you'll never look at your reality the same way again. Law of attraction. You call in what you are. This one's the most famous. You've probably heard it before. Like attracts like. Whatever energy you send out, you get back. Think of it like a giant boomerang. You throw out thoughts of lack, fear, stress. That stuff loops right back to you. But if you throw out vibes of joy, worthiness, and abundance, oh yeah, that's what circles back. So if you want more money, love, peace, freedom, you don't chase it. You become a match for it. Law of vibration. It's all energy, baby. Everything is moving, literally. Even things that look still, like your coffee mug or that stack of bills on your desk, they're just vibrating really slowly. Your thoughts and emotions, they vibrate too. High vibes, joy, confidence, love. Low vibes, doubt, guilt, fear. When your vibe's high, your energy is light and magnetic. People feel it. Opportunities feel it. The universe definitely feels it. So yeah, your vibe really does attract your tribe and your bank balance. Law of resonance. Match it and it's yours. Now here's the juicy one. Nobody talks about enough. Resonance means when two things vibrate at the same frequency, they sync up. They get in harmony. They resonate. And when you resonate with abundance, it clicks with you. Like a tuning fork hitting the exact pitch. You don't have to force it. You just vibrate at the same level. And boom, it finds you. This is why mindset work isn't fluff. Why journaling, affirmations, breath work, gratitude, and visualization matter. They shift your frequency so you start resonating with what you actually want. So let's recap in the chillest way possible. Attraction pulls in what you're putting out. Vibration is the frequency of your thoughts and feelings. Resonance is what happens when you match the energy of your desires. Put those three together and you've got yourself a serious manifestation cocktail. And the best part? You're already wired for this. You just got to tune in And trust the vibe. Clear is magnetic. How the universe responds when you believe like you mean it. You know what really gets the universe to sit up and pay attention? Clarity and belief. Seriously. When you're crystal clear on what you want, and you actually believe it's possible for you, the universe starts moving pieces like a backstage crew on opening night. But here's the thing most people miss. The universe doesn't respond to confusion. It responds to conviction. If your energy is all over the place, 1 minute you want one thing, the next minute you doubt it, then you change your mind again, that's static. That's noise. That's like ordering 5 different meals and then cancelling them all before the waiter walks away. The universe's response, what do you actually want? But when you're clear as daylight, when you say, this is it, this is mine, this is who I am now, oh baby, things start lining up faster than you can say synchronicity. Let's talk belief for a sec. It's not just about hoping or wishing, it's about feeling it in your bones, even if the evidence isn't there yet. It's walking like it's already yours. It's taking steps like the path is already paved, even if you can't see it yet. That level of belief, it's magnetic, it's bold, it's unshakable. And the universe loves that kind of energy. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be 100% sure all the time. But if you can get just 1% clearer today than you were yesterday, if you can believe just a little louder than your doubt, the universe hears that. Loud and clear, because clarity is a signal, and belief, that's the frequency that calls it in. So go ahead, say it like you mean it, see it, feel it, claim it, and just watch how fast the universe whispers back, got it, it's on the way. Vibe. Check daily, tiny energy rituals that keep you glowing like a human sunbeam. Ever noticed how some days just flow? Like the coffee hits just right, your ideas spark like fireworks, and even your socks match without trying. Yeah, that's high vibe energy in action, and the secret to keeping that magic alive. Rituals. Not routines, rituals. Now hold up, don't. Let the word ritual scare you. I'm not talking about chanting under a full moon in a velvet cape, unless you're into that. In which case, carry on. I'm talking about simple, soul-feeding stuff you do on purpose to charge your inner battery and keep your energy squeaky clean. Little things, but done with big presence. Here's a peek at my favorite go-to rituals that keep my vibe flying higher than a kite on espresso water first thing. Like before the scroll, before the to-do list, before anything. Hydration is energy. Period, high-frequency tunes. One song, full volume. Dance like nobody's watching. And if they are, let 'em. Seconds of stillness. Not meditating, just breathing, watching your thoughts like clouds, boom, instant reset, quick gratitude blast. 3 things, no overthinking, just feel it. Even if it's your favorite hoodie or the smell of fresh bread, speak life. I literally whisper to myself, today's gonna flow, I'm magnetic. Let's go get it. It's silly, it works. Here's the kicker, these rituals aren't just feel-good fluff, they're energetic signals. Tiny messages to the universe that say, I'm tuned in, turned on, and ready to receive. And when you treat your energy like your greatest currency, because it is, life starts responding like you just unlocked a cheat code. So yeah, energy rituals are your secret weapon, not because they're fancy, but because they're intentional. They remind you who you are. They reconnect you with your power. And they keep your vibe so high, negativity can't even reach the penthouse you're vibing in. Wanna glow? Keep your energy sacred. Treat your vibe like it's gold because it is. Now go light up your day like it owes you money. Forget the how. Fuel your fire with why. Wanna hear something wild? Most of the things I've manifested, built, or stumbled into didn't happen the way I thought they would. Like, at all, the plan I mapped out in my head. Life laughed and said, cute, then handed me something better, wrapped in chaos and surprise. Here's the truth. The how is not your job. Seriously, it's not. Your job is to lock into your why. So hard that the universe has no choice but to rearrange reality to match it. Let's break it down. The how is usually just a control freak in disguise. It's that voice going, "But wait, how exactly will this work? Shouldn't I have a 47-step strategy? What if I mess it all up?" Sound familiar? And listen, I get it. We're humans. We like instructions, but the universe, oh, it's more of a jazz band than a checklist. It flows, it plays, it feels. When you cling to the how, you're trying to steer a boat through fog, staring at the wheel instead of feeling the current. But when you center your why, when you ignite that burning reason that makes your heart beat faster, just thinking about it, you shift into magnetic mode. Your why is your lighthouse. It's what keeps you grounded when the path zigzags. It's what keeps your energy aligned, even when things don't look like they're working yet. That deep desire, that soul reason, that's what pulls everything toward you. People, ideas, resources, coincidences, aka divine nudges in disguise. So here's what I remind myself daily. I don't need to know the how. I just need to stay clear, open, and lit up by my why. The steps will show up. The bridge will appear. The how will handle itself when the why is loud enough. Let it go. Let it flow. And trust the current to carry you somewhere even better than you imagined. Because plot twist, it usually does. Chapter 8. Living as a Money Magnet. Okay, let's talk real life, not just visualizing abundance or wishing for it or talking about it. I mean actually living it, breathing it, being it every single day. Because here's the deal. Once you understand that money is energy and that you're magnetic, the next natural step is to embody that truth. Not once in a while, not only when you're feeling high vibe, but like all the time. To live as a money magnet doesn't mean walking around throwing dollar bills in the air like you're in a music video. Although, hey, if that feels aligned, go for it. It means showing up with a certain presence, a vibe, a calm, grounded confidence that whispers, "I'm open, I'm ready, I trust." And guess what? Money notices. This chapter is all about how to become that version of you, the one who doesn't chase money, but attracts it with ease. Not because you're doing more, but because you're being more aligned. We're going to talk about the little things, your self-talk, your habits, your emotions, the way you carry yourself in conversations, and how you respond when bills show up or opportunities knock. Because when you live like a money magnet, your world changes, doors open, ideas land in your lap, people reach out randomly. And the best part, you're no longer hoping it'll happen, you expect it. So take a deep breath, stand tall, smile like you already know what's coming. Because in this chapter, we're stepping into that juicy, electric, fully embodied wealth frequency and staying there. Becoming the one, the you that attracts wealth with ease. Want to know the real secret? It's not about chasing money. It's about becoming someone it naturally flows to, seriously. The game changes the moment you decide that you're no longer the person who hopes for money. You're the one who magnetizes it effortlessly. You don't need to force it, beg for it, or prove anything. You just need to embody a new identity and let the rest unfold. Think about it. Every time you say, "I'm broke," or "money's hard to make," you're reinforcing an identity, one that doesn't serve you, one that repels abundance like a mosquito zapper. But here's the good news. Identities are just stories, and stories can be rewritten. So what if your new story was this? I'm the kind of person who attracts wealth with ease. Boom. That hits different, right? It's smooth, confident, peaceful, and yet magnetic. You don't have to hustle yourself into exhaustion or do 18 rituals a day. You just have to shift who you're being, how you think, how you feel, how you show up. That version of you, the calm, grounded, already rich version, is waiting to be activated. So try this. Start walking like money already chose you. Speak like abundance is your second language. Smile like the universe has your back, because it does. And when life throws doubt your way, just wink and say, "That's not my frequency anymore." Welcome to your new identity. You're not a struggler, you're not a chaser, you're a money magnet, baby. And your vibe, unstoppable, energy hygiene, how to stay clear, focused, and totally magnetic. Let's be real, your energy is everything. It's the vibe you walk into a room with, the feeling people get from you, and most importantly, the signal you're sending to the universe. If your energy's all over the place, chaotic, negative, drained, it's no wonder things feel stuck. But when your energy is clean and intentional, oof, that's when the magic kicks in. Keeping your energy clean isn't about being perfect or walking around like a Zen monk all day. Nah, it's more like brushing your teeth, but for your vibe. Little daily rituals that help you reset, realign, and reclaim your power. Here's what I do, and you can totally steal it. Check in with myself first thing in the morning. How am I feeling? What do I need today? That one question alone keeps me from spiraling into autopilot mode. Set intentions like they're non-negotiable. I'm talking things like, today I choose clarity. I protect my peace. I move with purpose, cut the energy leaks. You know, those draining convos, toxic scrolling, people who leave you feeling like a wrung-out sponge. You don't need that in your field, period. And when life throws shade your way, because let's face it, it will, don't react. Realign. Take a breath. Shake it off. Light a candle. Put on your favorite playlist. Say a loud nope to whatever's not yours to carry. Protect your vibe like it's the crown jewels, because honestly, it is. When you start showing up with clean energy and clear intention, the universe takes notice. Things flow. People respond differently. Opportunities show up like they've been waiting for you all along. So here's your friendly reminder. Your energy is sacred. Your focus is gold. Your vibe is your greatest currency. Treat it like royalty and watch what happens. Rise, align, repeat. The rituals that keep my energy in check, day and night. You know that feeling when everything just flows? Like the universe is totally vibing with you? Yeah, that doesn't happen by accident. It starts with how you wake up and how you wind down. Your morning and evening routines are like invisible bookends that hold your energy together. And trust me, they make all the difference. Mornings, that's my sacred time. No chaos, no jumping into emails, no scrolling. I like to start slow, set the tone, and build momentum from the inside out. First thing, I breathe. Yep, just 3 deep, intentional breaths before I even get out of bed. Then I whisper a little something like, "Today I move with purpose and peace." That's my vibe-setting spell. Then I might stretch, sip on water like it's a magic potion, and journal just a line or two. Nothing fancy, just enough to check in with myself before the world starts pulling me in a million directions. And when the day winds down, I land the energy plane gently. No crash landings allowed. Evenings are for letting go. I dim the lights, play something soft, rain sounds are my current obsession, and ask myself, what do I need to release today? What am I proud of? What do I want to invite into tomorrow? Sometimes I write it out, sometimes I just say it in my head. Either way, I'm clearing the static so my sleep actually recharges me, not just my body, but my soul too. These little rituals, they're tiny but mighty. They remind me that I'm not here to survive the day. I'm here to co-create it with the universe. So if you've been feeling off, scattered, or like life's running you instead of the other way around, maybe it's time to rewrite your rhythms. Because the truth is, how you start and end your day is how you shape your world. Vibe check. Your circle is either charging you up or draining you down. Want to know one of the biggest secrets to becoming magnetic? It's not always about what you're doing. It's also about who and what you're around. Let me be real. Energy is contagious. Ever notice how one convo with a super-inspired, driven, positive person can light you up for days? And on the flip side, a single hour with someone who complains non-stop can make you feel like you need a spiritual shower. Yeah, that's no coincidence. Your environment speaks loudly. The places you hang out in, the rooms you walk into, even your social media feed, they all carry a frequency. Some boost your vibe like a shot of espresso. Others, total vibe killers. That's why I'm super intentional about my space. I keep things that spark joy around me. I play music that lifts me. I declutter. I light a candle. I treat my environment like it's part of my energetic team, because it is. And let's talk, people. Oh boy, you don't have to cut everyone. Often go live on a mountaintop, unless you want to. But start paying attention to how you feel after interactions. Are you more confident, more hopeful, more aligned, or are you doubting yourself, shrinking, second-guessing everything? Here's the truth. Magnetic people magnetize others. They believe in possibility. They dream out loud. They cheer for others without competition. And when you're around them, your own light just naturally brightens. So here's your nudge. Surround yourself with people and places that remind you of who you're becoming, not who you were, not who you're trying to escape from. Let them inspire your vision. Let them remind you that, yes, you are worthy of all the magic you desire, because the more you align with magnetic people and magnetic spaces, the more you become the magnet. Final spark. You're not chasing. You're attracting. Here's the big truth I want you to carry from all this. You are the magnet. Yep, really. It's not something outside of you. It's not a lucky break, a secret code, or a once-in-a-lifetime chance. It's you. It's the way you think, the way you feel, the way you move through the world. Every single moment you're sending out a signal. And guess what? The universe is always listening, always matching you. Not to what you want, but to what you are. If your vibe says, I don't deserve it, then yeah, money, love, and opportunities stay just out of reach. But if your energy whispers, I'm ready, I trust, I receive, well, get ready. The shift is wild, so stop looking for the magnet. Start being it. You've got all the tools now. You've met your beliefs. You've felt your frequency. You've spoken your truth. You've moved in alignment. You've opened the loop of giving and receiving. You've danced with the universe. Now it's time to live it. Let your life be the proof. Let your reality catch up with your energy. Let your desires chase you for a change. And remember, you don't have to force, beg, or hustle your way there. Your power isn't in the push. It's in the pull. You are the magnet. You always were. Now go out there and attract like it's your superpower. 'Cause it is. Full circle magic. Remember who you really are. Whew, what a journey, huh? We've covered a lot. And if you're still here reading these words, it means something deep inside you already knows. You're meant for more. Let's take a quick stroll through the trail we've just blazed. You learned that money isn't just paper, it's energy. And you're an energetic being, constantly sending out signals and attracting what matches your vibe. If your inner radio's off tune, abundance can't find the station. But when you're dialed in, oh, it flows. We uncovered those sneaky hidden beliefs that block the flow. You know, the ones we pick up from family, culture, fear. And you discovered how to spot them, flip them, and rewire your inner world so it finally matches the life you actually want. You played with heart-brain alignment, danced with visualizations, and got cozy with tools like journaling and mantras. You saw how your words shape your world and how your daily vibe builds the future you're stepping into. We talked about the giving-receiving loop, the magic of inspired action, and the wild power of trusting your gut. You saw how even tiny shifts, done with clarity, love, and purpose, can echo across the universe. And maybe the biggest truth of all, you're not here to chase. You're here to attract. Now, if there's one thing I hope you never forget, it's this. You've always had the power, not someday, not when you're more healed, more ready, more successful. Right now, the version of you reading this, already magnetic. already worthy, already enough. So hold your head high, align your energy, speak your truth, take brave steps, and watch what happens when the world starts bending to match your new frequency, because it will, and it all starts with you. Trust the timing, transform from within. All right, friend, here we are, the end of this journey, but really, the beginning of something way deeper. If there's one golden thread that weaves through everything we've talked about, it's this. Trust. Trust the whispers. Trust the pauses. Trust the detours that don't make sense at first. Even when it feels like nothing's moving, something always is. The universe's timing, it's deliciously precise, even when it's frustratingly slow. You don't have to force, you don't have to beg, you don't have to hustle yourself into burnout just to feel worthy. What you do have to do is trust your shift, because the most powerful transformation doesn't happen when the money lands in your account or the opportunity knocks on your door. It happens inside you, in those quiet moments where you choose to believe again, even after disappointment. It happens when you drop the heavy old stories, breathe into your now, and say, I don't know how, but I know it's happening. That's magnetic energy right there. And hey, I know the world moves fast. It can feel loud and chaotic, like you're swimming upstream while everyone else seems to have it all figured out. But don't let that fool you. Your pace is perfect, your rhythm is divine, your timeline, custom-made for your soul. So whenever you doubt, come back to your center. Breathe deep, feel your feet, look up. You're not late, you're not lost. You're aligning, you're becoming, you're rising. And the world better get ready, because you're no longer waiting for the magic. You are the magic. Flip the switch, from chaser to magnet. All right, let's get real for a sec. You didn't come to this planet to hustle endlessly, wear yourself thin, and feel like you're always one step behind money. Nope. That story, old news, outdated, exhausting, not your truth. You were born with something way more powerful. You were born to attract, to radiate, to pull in opportunities, abundance, wealth, and ease like a living, breathing magnet. And now that you've made it this far, I've got to ask, are you really going to go back to chasing crumbs when you've got the recipe for the whole feast? I'm talking about that inner shift. That moment when you stop forcing and start flowing. When you realize that prosperity isn't a race, it's a frequency. And guess what? You've got the dial in your hands. So this is it. This is the bold invitation. Not from me, from your soul, from the universe, from the future you, who already knows how good it gets. You weren't born to chase money. You were born to attract it. So, are you ready to turn on your magnetism and let prosperity come to you? Say yes, out loud, right now. The shift starts the second you do.